Okay, good morning from wherever you all are coming in from. I'm just waking up. I can totally tell, right? Good morning. I'm on my patio. I usually work out in the morning, but I ate so much last night. I was just like stuck to my moon water and my prosperity water. I just needed to sleep. So I'll probably go surfing later, but it'll probably not be as big of a waves as I expected. So I want to talk to you guys. Guess what? Today is the beginning of November, National Novel Writing Month. October was Inktober. This is where we have 31 prompts and we write everything each day. And so we're keep building up a portfolio of comics. So, like 2 years ago, I took a writing class, or like last year, at one of my this place I talk about a lot called Hugo House in Seattle, Washington. It's a place for writers, and when I was writing my first book, it really was helpful. Now I love National Novel Writing Month because this is just like it gives a completely different energy. However, it feels different. One, because like I'm in the middle of like this pandemic, pandemic, and there's not really as much like congregation of people. And so what I love so much about Novel Writing Month was this is just like a time so you can just write and you edit out your inner editor. Like it's a game. So you enjoy it, you sit with your friends. Usually there's sleepover parties, and their libraries have places where they block off a whole bunch of space, and everybody who's writing their book gets all these snacks. And it's like for 3 hours. I think it's like every Tuesday. It's blocked off for 3 hours every Tuesday. So you know that you have like your own solo writing time, but every Tuesday was kind of like a social time. So you could go and like write with everyone. Now, everyone has different ways of writing, but in this form, I prefer to just like sit down with my laptop because like why not? Like the whole point is to get rid of your inner critic. So for example, let's just say you're writing a story about catching a wave and the first time you like completely toppled over in a wipeout. Instead of saying sitting down and really thinking about what you're going to say next, you can just keep writing. So if something comes in your head, like then I hopped on the board and then I saw this guy, wow, I wonder what it is that I'm going to eat today. I had this most amazing sandwich and it just came to my head. And I don't know why, but I usually don't eat bacon, but it was just so freaking good. And I was feeling really guilty about all of this stuff is stuff that you would just be like writing down. And the point of this is to get to 50,000 words. So you have 0 to 50,000 words, and this is your first draft. So if you do it, it's like kind of about 180 or 100 and something pages. 50,000 words is a nice chunk. Now everyone can win. It's not like surfing or boxing or something. Like everybody can win in this kind of in this fun, exciting game called National Novel Writing Month. So last year I was in Bangkok. No, I was back in the United States. I was in Seattle, Washington, and they had NaNoWriMo parties. And you can go online. It's called NaNoWriMo.org. And I was really just kind of like wrapping up a lot of stuff because I am preparing for like a second edition of something that I've already finished. And I'm kind of in the middle of 2 books already. So I was like, okay, like I'm not going to not do National Novel Writing Month. November is the month of my birthday. And best believe, like, I had the most amazing dress being made. And I'm getting this NaNoWriMo. I mean, this is just like, why not do what I love, right? And it becomes a huge party. There's places where you can like get glasses of wine and you can just smoke a few joints with your friends, and you're eliminating your inner critic. So it's actually a show of consciousness. You just sit and you're just writing, and you can just be, it's like a theatrics. And sometimes we actually get involved in this mentality and just like keep riding different waves. But National Novel Writing Month eliminates all of that. And I like completely support this so much. And I've looked, there's not really a lot out here. So it does feel like it will be either solo or virtual. I'm not sure what exactly is going on with that. I was in a lot of preparation for, making sure that I was cleansing whatever energy from the past. So now that this is my lunar returns and all kinds of like amazing things, I still have that. Let me see if I can put this over here and still be able to speak to you guys, because um, it looks like maybe I'm gonna have to sit up closer because it's not easily like listenable. So yeah. So I'm pretty stoked. I'm really, 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 and the lighting, like why? It's like glares everywhere. But yeah, so this is the month that we just write all day long and all night. But actually, like it doesn't, I've noticed even in this National Novel Writing Month, it doesn't take 30 days. Like genuinely, all of this could be done. I'm always generally finished, depending on what my calendar says or where I am in the world. Because when I was in Bangkok a few years ago, there was no marker for this. Like, but I mean, Songkran, which is this is an amazing day, and it just so happened to fall on Thanksgiving or Thanksgiving. Anyway, so that's usually my indication. The 20th or so, I would have already reached 50,000 words. So it's amazing. I really encourage all of you guys who are sending me questions or asking me about, what it was writing my first book or even publishing the first book. I really recommend you guys, have fun with this game. I mean, what you sow, so shall you reap. So whatever energy that you're putting into something, you're going to get that back times 10. So why not love what you do? Like, I don't want to go on this negative train, but we have to talk about some negativities. So one of the classes that I was taking, it was called like a pop fiction, flash fiction. That's what it was. And one of the instructors, he wasn't even like a star burned out. He was just like the most negative, like, and there's nothing not wrong with gnomes, but like if you were to see his soul, seriously, his soul would have been like a gnome. Like that's kind of like the energy that I was getting. So in the middle of class, he's discouraging all these people who have never written before. I'm not coming in here with balls swinging low, but like if you want to see my balls, like they're down in my ground. I got big balls right now, but I was still staying humble. It's not about my balls. I don't actually have balls, but like what I'm saying is, this guy was really in a very negative space, and coming from a place where I'm wanting to sow positive energy. Like I just gotten this answer. I'm writing my first book. I just dropped out of law school. I'm like, you know what? This is what I'm going to do. And I'm positive about what it is that I'm doing. So I'm very quite protective about creative energy. And so this instructor was like, boy, I really do hate when I hate to write. I hate writing. And I'm so happy when that time is up, then I can get my glass of wine. And I was like, bro. So if that's the energy that you are coming into National Novel Writing Month, just don't bother. Like, to be honest, it's not, it's a challenge because you actually have to sit down. But once everything starts flowing and you have a party and everybody around you, get rid of your inner critic. That's just like the first half of NaNoWriMo. Now there's different styles and forms, and like, I mean, honestly, you can watch a lot of other YouTube channels. That is not what my YouTube channel is about. I mean, some people are so specific and organized about how many things it has to go into, and like, yo, I'm a flow baby. So then I can meet them because this allows for a lot of flexibility. Some people are specific. They're like, have to write 3,000 words a day, and it has to be like, I can't do any of that. I mean, like, honestly, there's not too many routines I have. I mean, I'm engaged in like 4 different sports, and if I did every single one of those sports every single day like this, like, I don't know, you know what I'm saying? Like, so it's just like a flow energy, coming up for me. And like, that's how writing for me is. It's just kind of like an energy. Sometimes I do have to sit down and force myself to do it. But, November is such a special month for me. And yeah, if you can get into different, like, if you can even go online, I think there's a website called meetup.com. I honestly, I haven't used it since this pandemic. I haven't used it since this pandemic started, but there's your first book. I do not encourage you to go into any sort of writing or critique group. Just like, this is point blank period. I love you guys a lot, and I love creative energy, and I'm not proud of it, but like, let's get the people who suck out of like teaching and out of places of influence. That's how much I care. So, like, I would not recommend going to any sort of critique groups. What did we talk about yesterday? In Donald Trump's book, Think Like a Billionaire, one of the first rules he laid out is, don't ask anybody else for things that you could answer yourself. Honestly, you are your own best critic. And a lot of times, these people that come to critique writing groups, this is not the way in which you really want to start. Thanks for dropping in. Let me know where you're coming in from. Oh, I forgot to go live on Facebook. Anyways, so just don't do any critique groups. Like, this is just like one-on-one, much love. Most of these people are washed up, dried up. Oh, I really felt that the other character, and like, that should not even be a focus for National Novel Writing Month. This is November. This is the month of creativity. This is the month of just letting everything just kind of flow out of you. You can start looking at like more serious projects is to go to any critique groups. Now, what helps me in modifying, oh my gosh, you guys, why does this keep happening? Now, what helped me in like modifying, or what we call editing or rewriting my second draft of my book, was another writing group. Most of the people just call a spade, to be honest. Okay. A lot of the stuff that they were writing about in living in Birmingham, Alabama, which I lived there at some time, was triggering because they're in their like 40s, or I mean, in the 1940s or the 20s or 1962 or whenever they were born, they were talking about segregation. This is just to do a lot of writing with these people because I told you guys in my testimony, I've not really worked a job. God told me to write a book, and that was it. Like, he said, I'll take care of you. So during this, I gotta be careful because this woman is nosy. There's a person here. There's no such thing as privacy here, but for the sake of the video, I needed sunlight, so there's no privacy here. But anyways, so this writing group was so amazing. Every Tuesday and Friday, we would come together and we would start writing for it was like a 2-hour writing group at what was it called? Third Books Cafe. I've traveled the world. You guys have been with me half of the time, so I can't honestly remember. And I'm doing a lot of projects. Yeah. Oh, Julia says, fun fact: eating citric acid within an hour of taking ADHD meds neutralizes them to the point of being useless. Oh wow. Okay. Well, I'm like, guess that's could be a good thing if you want to go and play and you're into your creativity, or not so good if you are trying to focus. Julia, I hope you find your peace and your middle ground out there, because this is a time to be creative and just allow your brain to go in a thousand different directions and just see what kind of comes up. So the writing group that I was talking about in Seattle, we would meet every Tuesday and Friday. And it was so cool because like we had two different groups. There was a group of start lines. So everybody would write either just a word or a sentence that you would start with. And there was interval times. It was so it was like you have 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 15 minutes, 20 minutes, and then back to 5 minutes. So maybe somebody's first start line was, I lost my virginity when. And like you just have fun with this. You're just creative. You start the timer, stop. Maybe someone said, I knew I hated her when, dot, dot, dot. My blood was boiling so thick when, dot. You feel me? I'm already like writing right now. I should, but I was so excited. I was like, November. I have got to talk to you guys about something amazing. Yeah, I love writing groups. Julia, are you in writing groups? Yeah, so this was really cool. The other half of the writing group was people who just wanted to write. So for 45 minutes, we would start a timer and we would just write for 45 minutes, and that was it. Which I actually like, that was super cool to me. Because it was so much I had to get out, right? Like if you guys have seen the first edition of my book, I there are so many personal stories. Sometimes it's like a wave and you just have to focus on this wave, or you just have some reps and you have to like focus on the reps. And so that was really important for me to just be able to sit down and write. Now, I want to tell you, in this time of this National Novel Writing Month, if you are really checking out like writing groups and things like this, you know, these might be the types of ones that you enjoy. Now, why did I like the 45-minute and the other writing groups? Because there was no critique. Each person was just able to share their writing with their own words, speak, and create a life for the words that they've created. And then the next person would read theirs without, I mean, okay, yeah, people may laugh and chuckle and, oh, that's so cute. I like how you did that. But that's it. Nobody's critiquing. Nobody's saying anything. I mean, this is honestly like you're just being creative. And so I would recommend that type of writing group for this month, generally speaking. So let's see. Oh yeah, Julia agrees. So like sprints, I love writing sprints, really. But there's times at night in the lull, like, I don't even want to get to the other half, because a lot of whoever will be watching this in the future, or even now across the different platforms, let me even just across the different platforms, you guys, either you're like inspired by writing, or you wish to write yourself, or something. The last thing you need is to be discouraged. So sprinting, absolutely. I really love sprint writing, because you can just write and boom, 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 boom. Like everything that you want to share is just coming from your heart, coming from your head. It's actually really fun. I absolutely love it. I really love it too. Let me just type this in real quick. Hey. Okay, so we're live. What's good? I forgot to do that. I had like other platforms and stuff like that. Um, so I got this comment here that says, what's fun about online writing groups is you can pick when you want to write, and then like you and a group and a bunch of other people agree on the amount of time. You can start with 5 minutes and get into it with like half. Oh, like half an hour or half a day, you mean? Yeah, I mean, before I moved to Thailand, I published my book in Vietnam, but there was a woman that I met in Seattle. She and her husband had a couple houses in Seattle, and then one in where was the Grateful Dead show? Santa Clara. I was there. I promise. It's in my book. I've been to a lot of dead shows. See, I've got a dead tattoo on my ankle from like years ago. Not because I was like, oh my God, Trey Anastasio from Fish. No, I mean, I'm talking like way before. So, oh yeah, wow, that's awesome. Like that uh, you can get up to 15 minutes to like half an hour and even an hour, 2 out of 2. Is that like two? Oh, that's the second message. Oh, oh my goodness. Yeah. I mean, I'm still learning how to read all this live chats in YouTube and like across this platforms. Also, I'm looking at some even here in on my now I'm just gonna open up my Facebook. What's up? Yep. So, checking out the people watching and Zoom. So, National Novel Writing Month is amazing. The parties are so much fun because really it's just a party of for your creativity. You're so busy writing and like maybe you're eating a bunch of snacks. Usually, this is the month where I end up working out the most. So now, like at the beginning, when I was like doing my workouts right here, I'm like doing Chloe Ting, and then I go surf for a little bit, and I come back, and I know that like my most creative time is at night. This is even with my business, right? So when I'm building stuff for my business online, or when I have like my coaching calls, like my clients are all over the world, so I just have to like hop on whenever they need me. And it's good because I work remotely, right? So it's really nice. But for writing specifically, I really prefer to do it at night or in a group of other people, maybe a cafe. National Novel Writing Month, it's 0 to 50,000 words in 1 month. And this is your time to get out your first draft. Now, let's be honest about what a first draft is. And this is not to discourage you, but this is just so you are really clear, right? You, by the time November is done, when you print out this woman, this baby, this incredible piece of amazing stuff that was from your brain into physical form, you're gonna just like, when I held my first baby, I was crying. Like, this wasn't the official manuscript. This was just even like my little baby. I was like, because there is so much blood, sweat, tears, and positive energy that you've created that now has manifested itself into a physical form. And it wasn't like it just up and did it. Like, you have put in so much energy. It's just kind of like when you pray to God, like, or when you have a conversation. Sometimes the best conversations are not, hey, you really hurt my feelings and that was super not cool and like that wasn't okay. Usually the best conversations are emotionally driven. So can you imagine what happens when this is something that you're creating that now has come into a physical form? That's exactly how it's going to feel once you've printed this out. Now, if you are actually like writing this, you're writing in this way, it's going to feel like if you're sprinting. Some people have specific forms in which they're going to write, and they have a plan. These are like, let me just pop over to my. Oh, Julia says you ran out of characters. Yeah, sometimes I don't have any characters in mind. Like the okay, every single year that I have like competed in NaNoWriMo, I have won. Again, you're not competing against anyone, you're competing against yourself. Really, you're competing against time. So you get from 0 to 50,000 words and you are golden. Usually I like to go over because I'm not finished yet. Like the energy that comes with just wanting to watch this, sitting in the seat of consciousness and watching this whole Let's be honest, okay? You're just gonna watch this whole show go down. It's quite like an it's an endorphin releasing energy. I can't quite explain it. I've tried writing characters in the last few ones. I think I was in Bangkok trying to write, or I said trying. I won National Novel Writing Month when I was in Bangkok, and I had just finished publishing my book in Vietnam. Now I was just like, okay, I'm just gonna just shoot it. I'm just gonna like sprint and like let's just see what comes out. And it's this is fun. Like honestly, I just love this month. Yay, we're in November. Like I Inktober was kind of hard this year. If I'm looking back, 31 days of that, plus all of the other challenges that I had going on, also within my business, also within my rewrites, also within like, okay, like I have 5 other projects going on. I'm also learning to surf. I'm also like, I have new friends around here, and cultivating relationships is really important. So Inktober was a bit rough because where I am, they don't have some of the supplies that would be like actually available to me. So the ink that I used was actually a Sharpie. Like there's a place where I would go in the university bookstore, which what better place to go and pick up art supplies. But I ended up going to some place that sells like paper and papeleria, and all they had was a Sharpie. So here I have my giant sketchbook, and I'm going to my co-working space, and but this is really fun, and it's a lot to look at, so I quite enjoy that. I'm gonna go inside now because I'm not feeling. But yeah, I'm really excited for you guys. I'm really excited that this is a space we can talk about really cool things together. And it's my birthday month. My birthday is November 10. And yeah, I'm really excited about it. I'm like super, oh wow. How did that get so shiny? So yeah, you guys, if I end up having some like live streams, it's probably because where I am, there's not like a huge writing community. To live in like both worlds is a bit, it's a lot. It's a lot. So, and it's fun. It's just still a lot. Like what I mean by that is, you can live in paradise, but not everybody who's in paradise writes. There's a co-working space which I go to, and yeah, it's a nice place to sit and write, but I don't think everybody's like writing together. It's not the same energy as NaNoWriMo, like the month that NaNoWriMo brings. So what does this even mean for this pandemic? Oh, I'm sorry, pandemic. What does NaNoWriMo mean for a pandemic? Right? Like, oh my God. Oh, hey, nice to see you. Hello, everybody watching. We're talking about NaNoWriMo. This is a month where you just start writing your book, get everything out, finish it. You're not really going to end up using all of the words or the like most of the stuff that you like had been writing all month. Maybe in the rewrite or the second draft, you're going to end up using like maybe 4 words, the, at, and we. But it's a really fun time to just like get this energy out. So what does this mean? Are we gonna is where you guys are you able to interact with other people? I mean, is everybody wearing masks and like gas chambers? Are they like what are people doing where you are? Is it a space where you can write, interact, hug? I mean, for me, it's surfing, right? For right now, at least, until I find a new project or move on to a new place as a nomad. Um, but yeah, like what's the vibe like for everyone? Hola, Tui. Hola, xin chào, bạn khỏe không? Hey, I'm not in Vietnam. But I will come back soon. I miss Vietnam. I miss you so much. Yeah. So yeah, these are just really fun times. Like, and it's really exciting times. To be honest, it's really good to have this energy and creativity. And I'm just so happy. It's my birthday month. So I'm not going to get into the drama, but I just want to say that if you are also not interested in the drama, I think NaNoWriMo would be a great time for you to sit down and plug up for the third of the month. And yeah, just plan to like see me on live stream writing. Like I might even have a bunch of music clacking. I mean, I've got everything ready. I've got my alcohol. Because it's a game, right? It's just a game. You want to like maybe have a beer too, a glass of wine, you know, the medicinal encouragements, the Voss, the lighter. So it's just like that kind of fun stuff to be able to move forward and start plugging away. So let's see. Does anybody have any questions about what's happening this month in NaNoWriMo? It's it's super cool. I'm just loving NaNoWriMo, National Novel Writing Month. Again, you can go online to nanowrimo.org. I ate so much food. I'm just still feeling like, ooh. I woke up like 2 hours ago and I was like, I'm not surfing right now. I probably go surfing in like maybe in an hour. So yeah, but it's NaNoWriMo, and I hope this answers your questions. I am planning to do some check-ins, and if anybody has any questions or stories you want to tell, Julia, take care of yourself. I'm not sure if you're gonna eat a bunch of citrus stuff for your. This is what's happening on my YouTube right now, but let me pop over again to my Insta. Oh, okay, and live. Okay, guys, that's it. I just want to pop in and tell you it's November. It's my birthday month. It's a time to be very appreciative for what we have. It is Black Friday, if that's your thing. If you have a business, this is the perfect time to start doing book blitzes, interviews. I mean, there's so much happening. I'm so excited. I love it. We made it. Oh, I want to show you guys something real quick. And I know this is like the end of a previous month, but all right, so this is this was from Inktober, from the last few years ago, and this year and all kinds of stuff. So they give you different prompts and you just like create different drawings around whatever it is that they're asking you to do. So here I drew Malcolm X and all kinds of nudist being free, and like the dragon was the prompt. So this is so just like really fun, easy comic stuff that people can check out. I mean, there's about 60 plus, because I was still in comic class at the time with David Lansky. What's up? And Greg Stump. Thank you guys. Such a cool writing class. I really enjoyed that class so much. But these are things that you can do to just collect. So maybe your yearly goal is not like to finish the book, but you have the workings for it, right? You have 3 years or 4 years worth of comics that you've been doing, even if it was just for 1 month. And yeah, when I packed up and left, I was sure to grab this because this has really been a saver. So yeah, I really I'm enjoying a lot of the fun stuff that's upcoming. So time to get to writing. I might even be moving again just because I like my privacy. I love my space so much. I really love it, but you might see, like, as usual, different environments. Hi, Tui. Um, if you can, like, send me a message. I have a lot of more followers on WhatsApp, which is like people all over the world can follow me. Actually, I'll just give you the number now because it's only friends here. So just send me a message, and then you guys can actually be following my day for WhatsApp, and I would totally love that. Okay, I really think this is it. Okay, I'll see you guys. Have a good day. Bye.